Hi there. SHIB is rising above 12% today. However, for the week, it's still down by about 5%. It's time to look at it and see where the whales are trying to bring it to. If you're new to my session, I've covered the Wyckoff stage, trend change potential, as well as key price levels. These are education content, not financial advice. Looking at the weekly chart of SHIB, it's still going through the early accumulation cycle, where it has come down for a very deep, you can call that just a test or a second test after the panic over stage of selling climax. Okay, so it has been through just 3 stages in terms of the accumulation cycle. And the uniqueness or the nature of the accumulation cycle is that the whales are going to test the paper hands. Okay, if people bought the dip somewhere in the middle, they're pushing the price further down just to check out the paper hands so that they will sell whatever they have on hand so the whales can scoop up more of SHIB. So as of now, we see this long wick coming from the bottom. It may show that there are a lot of people willing to buy the dip, but look at what happened back in here in June 2023, as well as September 2021. The current level or the tip of the wick is actually where the September 2021 landed. Okay, you clearly see it's leveling over there, but it hasn't gone to the level of 2023 yet. So technically speaking, if the macro environment or the sentiment is still risk off, then the negative side is still there. All right, so pay attention to how things are being, or how news are being pushed to the market. If more negative news are coming out, it's probably the whales trying to check out more paper hands and the price may come further down. All right, we're talking about the levels of 509 with 5 leading zeros, or even as bad as 458, again with 5 leading zeros. Of course, the price can go even further down if any of the news are not favorable to tagged or risk-on assets or risky assets. Let's put it simply that way. While the tests are still continuing, what we need as a proof that people are willing to get back to risk-on mode, not saying it's the end of accumulation, but just as a proof that people are willing to reallocate their money back to altcoins, is that the price, meaning white candles, continue to come in. May it be a couple of medium-sized white candles or a couple of mega-sized white candles coming in to challenge the range between the 2 blue key levels, the 937 and the 1001. Okay, you see these 2 blue key levels because that's where the automatic rally just 4 weeks back, where the speculators or the whales set the trading range top before they push the price down again. So that's the big picture. We need to see the sign of strength to come in to confirm that we have at least entered the mid stage of the accumulation cycle, if not the late stage. Now going to the daily chart. The downtrend is obviously still going on. Yesterday has pushed the price to trade below the center line of the downtrend, meaning we have entered the weaker side of the trend. Today's bulls, buying the dip, hasn't been successful in surviving the price, pushing it back to the stronger side of the channel. We have to give it a couple of days. You see these needles are lining up. May it be corporate return announcements or whatever important news that are lined up for the entire 2 to 3 weeks coming. Okay, those are important. How the market are going to react to those news. Okay, these dates we've talked about. While the 18th of February is still possible, It all depends on how the market reacts to the news coming out. If things are positive, very positive, it's possible for the price to shoot through these three key levels, the red 1681, the orange 1760, and the yellow key level of 815, to get into this triangle and go outside, stay above the yellow key level 815, at least, if not going upwards, and confirm the downtrend that started back in September last year is finally over. Okay, we're getting into the half-year mark now, very close to the half-year mark of this downtrend. And then, if that fails, while it's still a positive case that the price shoot through two key levels to come to above the orange key level of 760, we have to wait till early March or at least the end of Feb for that confirmation to come in. The next chance comes at later in March, almost near the end. So we still have time to come back in the next few sessions. That's both the macro and micro view for SHIB. Thanks for joining me, and join the channel membership now if you want to access to these sessions 2 days earlier. Here's another video for you. Thank you.